complete tomato.
All right, guys, everybody come back here and gather around, Okay, these are what we call heirloom tomatoes. Everybody's seen just a regular red, round tomato, right? They look all the same. You go to the grocery store, every single one's the same. Even the sizes are a little bit different, but pretty much all the same color and everything, right? These are heirlooms. They all look different. All the sizes are different. All the colors are different. All the shapes are different. Yep, these are all tomatoes. Even has tiny little bitty ones like this. No, that's just the name of the company that gives them to us. Bright yellow ones. Look at this one. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't that pretty? Okay. Basically, these are what tomatoes used to look like. We're talking 50, 70 years ago. All tomatoes looked like this. All different varieties, all different shapes and sizes and colors. No, they're so good. I'm going to put one open for you guys to taste it. They're so good. If I didn't know what a tomato was back then, you wouldn't taste it? You got to be adventurous. That's the best part about being a chef and cooking and learning new things is tasting. You have to be adventurous and try new things all the time and what flavors go together and new dishes. We're going to give you copies of all these recipes that we do today. And it's always good to have recipes to go on, especially if you're doing dessert, you have to have a recipe. But it's fun when you're at home just to kind of throw some things in a bowl and see what flavors are good together and what you come up with. And sometimes not very good at all, and sometimes it's like the best thing you ever made, right? But so these heirloom tomatoes, basically what happened is these are what all these tomatoes used to look like. And back, what, 50, 60, 70 years, when all these burger stands are popping up in the 50s and 60 years ago, all these burger stands and McDonald's and Burger King and all that are kind of coming up. They want product that all looks the same. So no matter where you go, from McDonald's to California to New York, they all are going to look exactly the same, right? So they start breeding tomatoes that are all the same exact size, same shape, same flavor, same weight, everything. So that's where you get the tomatoes that we have now. Well, because there was no demand for these tomatoes anymore, nobody ever wanted them. So the farmers didn't really know what to do with them. So they would stop growing them, right? If nobody's going to buy them, you don't want to grow them. But a lot of farmers got together and decided to save some of the seeds from those tomato crops so that they wouldn't just be lost forever, because everybody just kind of threw them away and stopped making them. Fortunately, because they saved the seeds, we now have them, and they pass those seeds down to their children, their grandchildren, and so they're called heirloom tomatoes. So an heirloom is something that gets handed down in your family, right? So these are all from seeds that are 50, 60, 70 years old, and sometimes even a lot older than that got passed down and saved. And so that's why we have these today. And they're so flavorful. And it's not just about the fun colors and shapes and everything, but the flavor is so much better and richer. They're not so watery. They're really, really, really yummy. So I'm going to cut into one. Have you guys taste? Which one do you want to cut into? What looks good? I'm going to cut into one of the yellow ones. One of the yellow ones? One of these? Yeah. These may not be as ripe. Let's try this one. No. And I'm not going to cut all the way down. I don't have a cutting board set up. But let's go right over here. Knife, right behind you.